Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is already that time of year. We're back to school. Not back to work, but if you have the summers off, if you're a teacher, you're back to work maybe. Anyways, I wanted to do a makeup look for that workplace environment or that school day, something that is multifunctional, minimal, but lasts all day and makes you feel a little bit more put together. So if you want to see this makeup look, then just keep on watching. My whole take on back to school or work, office, any kind of work makeup really is just trying to find minimal, multifunctional products that work, that make you feel alive, and that last all day. So I'm going to start off with this Rodial Banana Low Lighter, although I feel like it is more of a highlighter. It's a one shade highlighting concealer. I've had to play around a couple of times to see how it works best, and underneath foundation is the best way. So almost like a color corrector because it's really pale, like a yellowy white undertone. I find whenever I put it on after my foundation, how I'd normally put my concealer, it didn't last as nice, like it kind of creased a little bit, but underneath my foundation it just brightens, giving me a more awake look. You can see even blending out here, it is super thin in consistency. Like it's not a cakey highlighting concealer. I don't know what to call it, if it's a concealer. I think it's like it's not a color corrector, but it's like a color correcting concealer. That's what we'll call it. It's very thin in consistency, which you would think would lend to no creasing, especially if you're using it over your foundation, but for me specifically, is not the case. I find it works better underneath. You can see automatically it just brightens and lifts that under eye area, especially if you hit the snooze button and you're running a little bit late for work or school. I was gonna go right to foundation, but I might just put this in areas I want a little bit more bright, so the center of my face, because I think I'm gonna skip out on concealer after my foundation. This foundation is new for me. I bought it just over a week ago from Eldridge. It's the Seamless Skin, and I bought it in the shade 13. I have been loving it. If you are an oily skin girl, you're gonna love it as well. Take about 3 pumps. This is a warmer toned shade, and I'm gonna start with one side of my face so you can see the difference. It goes on seamlessly, hence the name, but it just stays in place all day and it truly feels like a layer of second skin. It's gonna give me coverage, especially if I layer up, but it doesn't look cakey or intense. It truly just looks like your skin. I've been loving it. It's a foundation to definitely try out if you're in the market for a new foundation. It's just beautiful. I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely having one of those days where I just feel completely blah. My skin had a major hormonal breakout. Didn't help that I picked at some of it. So I could probably go in with a more coverage, higher coverage concealer in those areas, but we are going to embrace it. It's just skin, it will heal and it will be fine. Probably doesn't help that I also started my period today, so I'm a little hormonal, to say the least. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we want this makeup to last all day in any environment, work or school. So I'm going to take a setting spray. This one is the iconic Urban Decay All Nighter. This is just going to ensure that your makeup is looking flawless all day. You can even take your beauty sponge and just tap in the spray. It kind of reassures the foundation or the base makeup a little bit more. It also spreads out the spray if it wasn't a consistent spray. You can skip this step if your skin's a little bit drier or you don't wear powder, but I'm gonna take the Givenchy Prism Libre. You can honestly take whatever powder suits your skin, pressed or loose like this. I've just been loving this one, and because of how I'm feeling at the moment, and I always feel like whenever I'm on that time of the month, I kind of produce a little bit more oil. So this is just going to give me that extra reassurance. Mainly keeping this in my T-zone. This is going to smooth out the look appearance, if you will, of pores. I really don't want a lot of powder under my eyes, so whatever's left on the brush after tapping it in my pores, I'll sweep it under my eye, just because I feel like less product, the better. I am feeling flat. There's no dimension on my face. Again, I want to use products that I can get multiple different functions out of. So I'm going to take the Pearl Beauty Multipurpose Stick in Real Depth. It is definitely the most functional and multi-purpose stick out of them all. This is a brown toned rose. So I'm going to use it as my contour, my bronzer, my blush, a little bit in the crease of my eyes, around my lips. It's not only going to bring warmth into my face, but it's not going to be an orangey toned bronzer. It's going to be very flattering and kind of like that 90s supermodel color and tone. It's gonna give life to my face, dimension, and overall bring a lot of different functions, aka bronzer, blush, eyeshadow, lipstick. Honestly, that just totally shifted my mood. I feel like a little bit more put together, a little bit more awake, and yeah, just glowy and natural. Moving on to brows, again, I feel like brows just frame your face. And now that my hair is a little bit more of like a warmer tone, I'm gonna fill in the sparse areas with this Deigo Della Palma brow pencil. I think it's just in like a medium brown shade, but just mostly the ends because I feel like that's where I'm lacking strength in my brows. And then I'm gonna go in with the Boy Brow from Glossier in Auburn just to bring a little bit more warmth into my brows because at the moment they're a little bit ashy. If you already have amazing brows, just go in with a brow gel and, you know, finesse where your brow shape or position is, and that will definitely, I don't know, help lift your face and give a little bit more framing to it. Eyebrows frame the face. We're gonna move on to mascara. Curl your lashes. Honestly, invest in a lash curler. The Tweezerman one is my absolute favorite. Give a couple pumps of a lash curler. Go in with your favorite mascara. I'm gonna use the My Happy Joy mascara from Deigo Della Palma. I love it for really building up so then I can have a little bit of drama on my lashes. It opens up my eyes. I feel a little bit more awake and presentable. And then we're gonna move on to our lips. I'm gonna let that dry because I definitely created a little bit of mess. I cannot do mascara without it going all over my eyelids. That's just like inevitable for me. So I'll let that dry and then I'll rub it off. But for lips, I'm gonna take the Vieve Modern Lip Liner in Velvet Sands, overline my upper lip ever so slightly, and then I'm gonna go in with this lip oil. It's hydrating, it's easy to keep with me throughout the day to reapply. It's the Clarins Lip Oil in 08 Strawberry. This is obviously a very low-key, minimal, multifunctional makeup look. I think it's perfect for back to school, workplace, wherever you are, just something that makes you feel a little bit more put together, but there's not a lot of effort put into it. Anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.